Okay, so I'm back in the greenhouse. I know I mentioned to Chris that I would do a video about the hard pruning. So here's what we got. When you do a hard prune, you're going to take all the leaves off of anything below the lowest fruit. So with this Cherokee purple tomato, you have all these extra little leaves, all this extra growth down here. These little suckers right here on any indeterminate tomato, it's a good thing to pull these off because it's just taking away from the fruit that is on the tomato, on the plant itself. Now with this particular variety, I think it's determinate. I might be wrong on that. So I'm going to leave these the way they are because these will grow, like a main stalk, and then they'll put, flowers on and everything. So then you'll have the whole thing covered with tomatoes. Whereas with like the indeterminate, which is what this Prune's purple is next to this one, and I'll show you that in a second. I've already hard pruned it to get rid of all the leaves below the lowest fruit. The thought behind that, it is to allow all the nutrients to go to the fruit rather than into sustaining these leaves down here. So here's the top of that first Prune's purple. I was actually able to just over from one day, Saturday. I did the video Friday, so Saturday off, and then this morning I'm able to actually get this plant wrapped around. I thought it'd be a couple more days, but it went up another, I don't know, inch and a half, or at least it straightened out enough that I could get it on there. So here's the top. This being where the lowest fruit is going to be, right here. I wanted to cut all the extra leaves and stuff off. We don't want to feed them nutrients. We want to feed this soon-to-be tomato and these to be fed by all the nutrients that we can get to them, make them bigger, that kind of thing. So that's an example of the hard prune. Again, I'm using the twine as I saw in one of the commercial groweries, and it'll work really well for this, because once you get past all of these, once this fruit has been picked, then I'll cut that off, and then depending on how we go here will determine which one of these gets cut off, because it was more of a split rather than a sucker that came off. So I'll have to see on that one as we get going. But here's another one that I have hard pruned the bottom. I didn't do this one or the one on the other side just yet because I don't have any. I guess I do have one little flower there, but in an effort to keep this top growing just a little bit longer, I'll leave these on for another week or so until this section comes up and we start getting growth above the flower, and then I'll come in and cut all these off. One thing you want to make sure you got a nice sharp knife so you can make a clean cut. You don't want to tear it, but you do want to get it off. So I've gone through and done most of them with a hard prune technique. Again, the thought is make the growth here and all the nutrients come this direction as it grows up and then go to the fruit, instead of sustaining what was below the fruit that's already been picked, kind of an idea. So that's the hard prune in the garden so far. If you got any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to explain it further or take some more pictures for you. Thanks.